I was reading this other question here, and first of all, the guy wanted. He said, first of all, tell Hutch Uncle Sam Kurt is an effing classic.
No, thank you. I'll take it.
And he wants to know why he thinks. Because this is an interesting segue when we talk about biters. Don't Bite the Phunk is such an underrated diss record. When y'all two doing it, y'all had y'all back and forth.
Well, that really was okay. That was, the funny thing about that beef, and I don't know if y'all had Cocaine on this beef. The beef is really between Cocaine and Snoop, actually. Me, I'm just kind of like narrator of everything. Yeah, it was when they had fell out. Because they were really close. When we were all at Ruthless, they were really close, and then when we partied, it kind of like got strange. You know what I mean? So that's where that record actually comes from, because they did a record. And it had to do with, like, Death Row in general. And it just was, Corrupt had said something about me and Cocaine in a line of the remix to Gin and Juice. I mean, Blunt and Tanqueray, actually, right? So that was our reply to that. So I just factually broke down stuff in the record that, it was a diss record, but it was more like, me just telling you the facts of what's going on. I more was like the news reporter and shit, telling you like, okay, my bro don't really own that label, this and that. I hope y'all all right. I hope your paperwork's straight. It was like me telling them how it's all going to unfold and see how it unfolded. The same way I told them, don't bite the pump. So it is another thing that we were trying to say, like, okay, how you did whatever you was doing with the Chronic or whatever you were doing is because of what we influenced you. So like the phrase, don't bite the funk that feeds you. Don't do that. Don't disrespect us. And we gave you something, basically. We gave you some. We laced you up, bro. We laced your chucks up. Don't do that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like people be like a diss record. It's more like a check record. You know what I mean? Like we're checking the motherfucker like, look, we were one, homie. Like, don't bite. We looked out for you. Don't do that. Because the blessing comes from when Dr. Dre come to my studio and ask me, should he sign Snoop? And I say, yeah, I signed up on. Yeah, I think he's incredible, man. I was working with him a bit. I think he's the next man up. He said, all right, I'm gonna follow your lead, Hutch, and smash out my studio, and it's nice 500. These are facts. I'm not telling you nothing that's a lie, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. Right. So when we start hearing them spitting stuff about us, like, we did shit to y'all. Don't bite the funk that feeds you, homie. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it. It wasn't, Don't Bite the Funk is not really about, like, them biting it. It's just us saying, like the phrase goes, don't do that. Don't disrespect somebody that feed you. Don't try to do that. You know what I mean? Like that. We come from a real era of this shit. We're not gonna speak on nothing unless it have some real bearing behind it, fam. You know what I mean? We're not from the clout chasing era. We from the get money era. Get your cake up era. Get your balls
with the
on
get
era.
down.
We from that era.
Look, y'all from the get money,
real.
get cake with the get down.
Well, you get your ass beat at the New Music Seminar for running your mouth crooked. We from that era. We not from that other shit. Okay? We them type of people. Don't do that to people like us. Because we real dudes. If you know us, we real dudes. Listen, if we love you, we'll love you. You want to go to war? Hey, that's where it goes. We know how to pick up a pistol and do it. You know what I mean? That's just the fact. That's what real people do. Real men do that. People talk. Listen, man, y'all got a great form. People talk real gangster shit sometimes. You know what I mean? They talking. You know what I mean? You on the phone with a motherfucker who slept, ate, did everything on a gangster level. You know what I'm saying? And made his records. You know what I'm saying? And I got a fair number on my back. You know what I'm saying? Now I sold dope. I did that. I shot at niggas, all that kind of shit. But but I'm not a person from that kind of shit to where when you talk about like somebody doing something, there's a reason why we answer to what they did to us. To ask your people a question, because we from a real lineage. We're not from that like, oh, yeah, they left Ruthless and we mad at them. Oh, yeah, they beat up Ice Cube because they was mad because he left NWA. No, his mouth was crooked talking about us, and he got his ass whooped. Right. That's the end of that. I got love for O'Shea. I love Ice Cube. He's one of the greatest rappers this planet have ever seen. but don't get your mouth crooked. I'm that dude. If you want it, hey, you can get it. I'm no tough guy. I'm not the toughest guy around, but I stand on my man shit. You know what I'm saying? I always stand on my man shit. My daddy told me one thing, motherfucker, get out of the pocket with you. Hey, you go up and pat his pockets and shake him upside down, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You set up as a man, and that ain't gangster shit. That's man shit. You know? So that's the thing about when we spoke on that record, it wasn't to shade them, or as they say nowadays, or
weird language.
Or we mad at them. It's valid. It's a valid reason why that happened. We never said anything about them, fam. What is these other dudes running their mouth for? We never said anything about them.
You know,
but
you know,
that's why Don't Bite the Phunk people listen to it. It's like, that's a shut down diss record. Like, it's a shut down diss record. But at the end of the day, me and Coca didn't even go in like that. We went in and say, we just going to speak some facts right quick. Okay, we're going to turn the tape on and just speak facts.
Right.
It ain't like no Vaseline where you over, this and that, and this, you know what I'm saying, where it's over the top. We just spoke facts,